I think this is a very important role actually, because a lot of times the weak erections come from... How's it going, boys? So in today's video, we're going to be looking at 13 ways to get a harder erection. Now, having a weak erection, that is a problem that I personally dealt with in the past. There are many reasons why you might be having a weaker erection. However, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 different solutions that are supposedly going to make your erection harder. So if you're into that, I'd really appreciate it if you leave this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Regardless, let's get started with this article. So, a person who wants to get a harder erection, making lifestyle and dietary changes, taking supplements and trying medications may all help. Communicating with a sexual partner and addressing any psychological and emotional factors can also help. In some cases, persistent erectile problems may be a symptom of an underlying emotional or medical condition. This article will look at some options to help improve erectile function and when to see a doctor. Okay, eat a healthful diet. What does a healthful diet actually mean? Eating a diet that supports heart health may also help support penile health. Makes sense because you need blood for your dick to work. According to a study of the Central European Journal of Urology, following the Mediterranean diet could help maintain erectile function. The same risk factor for heart disease such as obesity and high blood pressure also may increase the chances of erectile dysfunction. Adopting a Mediterranean diet may help reduce the risk factors. Okay, what is the Mediterranean diet? Let's find out. A Mediterranean diet consists of plenty of fruits and vegetables, nuts, whole grains, legumes such as lentils, peas, and beans, olive oil, a moderate intake of fish, a moderate amount of alcohol such as a glass of wine with a meal, a low intake of dairy and meat, a low intake of candy. Okay, so from what they're mentioning here, the Mediterranean diet sounds to me like any other diet. Basically, get some fruits and vegetables for vitamins, get some nuts for zinc and healthy fats, get some whole grains for fiber for your digestion, moderate intake of fish, a low intake of dairy and meat. I do not agree with that. I personally can eat meat and dairy and high fat products like eggs or whatever as much as I want. And the way I organize my diet, I'd have a little bit of fruits, just like 1 piece per day, and the majority of my calories would come from fats and proteins. However, I don't know if this diet is gonna really help fix your erection problem. I think the most important part is to not be eating a lot of anything, and to not be overweight, and to not be stuffing your body and becoming fat. Now, about the diet, I personally know a lot of people that respond better to a carnivore diet, which consists only of meat, and I know people that function better in a vegan diet. So it really depends on your genetics. I wouldn't just go judging by that alone. Now, foods to avoid according to this article are foods that are high in saturated fat, foods that are high in sodium, excessive amounts of alcohol. Okay, the only thing that I agree on here is the alcohol. You should probably decrease the amount of alcohol regardless. Everybody knows that it's harmful, it's toxic for your liver and for your kidneys. It increases the estrogen in your body, which is the female hormone, and it's gonna negatively affect your testosterone levels as well. Now, foods that are high in saturated fats, again, depends which foods. In my opinion, you should stay away from anything fried and the bakery and the trans fats, but not all saturated fats are bad. Foods that are high in sodium, again, depends how much you're eating per day. If you eat once foods that are high in sodium, you actually need sodium. So it's a very kind of vague idea of like how much should you eat and in which quantities. Alcohol, everybody knows that, but the rest, I don't necessarily agree with that. If you guys are a nutritionist or something, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about that? Next, get regular exercise. Research suggests that exercise can improve sexual response, while a lack of physical activity can negatively affect erectile function. Exercise increases blood flow to the penis as well as the rest of the body. People should aim to get minimum 30 minutes of exercise every day. Okay, so 30 minutes of exercise per day, I think it's a little bit too much for most people. I don't even get 30 minutes of exercise. And no, I don't call walking outside an exercise. Maybe some people consider walking outside an exercise, but it's not. 30 minutes of running, you can do it a couple of times, 3 times a week. It's gonna help your erection big time because it's gonna increase the blood flow to your penis. However, something that they don't mention, and they just like say exercise in general, which, you know, it's kind of stupid in my opinion. If you do weightlifting, and if you lift heavy, it's gonna fuck up your erection. I mean, you're gonna have really weak erections. If you don't believe me, go to the gym, lift heavy weights, come back from the gym and try having sex right after. All the blood is gonna go to your muscles, and the blood is also gonna go to your stomach to digest the food that you're gonna eat after. And you're not gonna be able to have a hard erection. So be careful with exercise. They don't say which kind of exercise here, which, you know, it's kind of stupid. I think running and cardio would definitely improve your erection. However, lifting weights, sure, is gonna make you look better, but lifting weights is not really that great for your body in terms of health. It's not really helping your heart. Sure, it's exercise, it's healthy, you're moving, but in terms of health and blood flow and the health of your heart, it's not really the best, let's put it that way. And you can see a lot of like bodybuilders dying from being massive and their heart is just not keeping up with the amount of muscles that they're having. So again, some exercises can be beneficial, but here they don't even mention which exercise, which in my opinion, I don't even think they know what they're talking about. Next, communicate with sexual partners. I think this is a very important role actually, because a lot of times the weak erections come from you being stressed out or not comfortable enough. So emotional and psychological factors can affect sexual performance. If there is no underlying health conditions affecting erectile function, mental and emotional factors may be the cause. That is true. These could include issues such as unhappy or traumatic previous sexual experience, a lack of attraction to the partner, feeling anxiety, or a pressure to perform well sexually. And I've experienced all of those, especially the ones where I'm not really attracted to that partner. I just thought that they're cute, they're nice, and I was trying to have sex with them and I couldn't get it up. The feeling of anxiety or pressure to perform, again, it's something that I suffered from, especially at the beginning when, you know, all the sweet talks at the beginning and you're trying to tell that girl how good you are in bed and what you're gonna do to them. And so it builds up all this pressure on top of your shoulders, and after that you have to perform, and if you don't perform or you worry about not performing, is gonna affect your erection. So better just like not promise anything and not talk about it from the beginning. I guess it's something that you eventually adapt to and you don't let your ego kind of be in the way. But yeah, I totally agree with the points that they're mentioning here. Next, explore new things. Anecdotal resources suggest that exploring new approaches to sex may have a positive effect on erection. For example, the following things may help a person get and keep harder erections. Using a penis ring. So at this point, they're already talking about like a medical condition. Using a penis ring is really if you have a real problem, like real medical problem that you can't keep the blood in your dick. Sure, using a penis ring would definitely help, but you're also probably gonna need to use a penis pump and after that use a penis ring. Focusing less on sexual performance and more on pleasurable sensations. I agree with that. Trying role play or foreplay to increase arousal. So in my opinion, one of the biggest problems when it comes to erectile dysfunction is you really focus, oh, I gotta perform right now. I need to get hard. I'm not getting hard yet. What is she gonna think? And so if you're focusing on that, if you're focusing on, you know, the penetration part only, it's gonna bring you anxiety and it's gonna do the opposite effect. So you're actually not gonna perform. However, if you focus on, hey, let's just enjoy the moment. Let's just enjoy the foreplay, enjoy the kissing, enjoy the touching and the sensations, your dick naturally is gonna become harder. That is my point of view. Okay, next, limit alcohol intake, which we already talked about. It's obvious. If you don't know it, alcohol fucks up all your body, not just your dick. Next, sleep well. And again, obvious one, you should be well rested. A lot of the times I realized I wasn't able to get hard because I was so exhausted. So I used to train every single day. Every single day I would go lift heavy weights and I would work on top of that like 8 to 10 hours per day. So at the end of the day, if I'm going on a date, I'm super exhausted. And if you add to that another glass of wine, forget about it. I'm just not getting hard. So sleep well, be well rested. In my opinion, the best erections are when you're well rested. Also, the hardest erections, in my opinion, are in the morning. And in the morning, your testosterone levels are at the peak. So try to have sex in the morning. From my experience, you're going to have much harder erections. Next, reduce stress. So stress causes the release of cortisol, which is a hormone that helps regulate blood pressure and circulatory systems. Chronic stress can affect the male reproductive system and may lead to changes in testosterone production, causing a reduction in sex drive or desire, erectile dysfunction, or impotence. So stress is lethal. And if you're having a lot of stress, it's really going to affect you negatively, especially your sex drive, because you really can't think of anything besides what you're stressing about. So it's going to affect you negatively. Practice meditation, practice to just like calm yourself down and isolate the problems. So I know personally I've had financial problems in the past, I had health problems in the past and whatnot. And it's very important to kind of isolate those problems from your personal life. So what I mean by that is, say you're having a financial problem in your business or in your job, you should kind of dedicate time and effort for that problem, say from the morning till 6 o'clock. And after that, you really need to shut that part of your brain down. So you're gonna be like, okay, like I worked today, I did what I could do, and that is it. And whatever comes, I'm gonna handle it tomorrow. So you basically get your attention off of that issue and make some space for what to come, for your partner, for the date, or for whatever. And then the next day comes and the problems are not gonna be gone just immediately. I do realize that, but the next day comes and you're gonna handle your problems again. So this is how I kind of deal with stress. At this point, I'm almost mastered dealing with stress, being in business for 10 to 12 years. So I had a lot of stressful moments. So it's very important for you to understand, realize when you're getting stressed out, understand that it's not good for you and it's really not helping you with business, and just to be able to calm yourself down and shut that part of your brain that is stressing you out and make place for something else. So how to manage reducing stress? Getting regular physical activity, having a social support network, getting good quality sleep each night, trying relaxation and mindfulness techniques. Okay, I agree with all of those, especially physical activity, in my personal opinion, helps me out a lot. And relaxation and mindfulness techniques, meditation helps a lot. Next, limit smoking. I would say even quit smoking. So, smoking can reduce blood flow to the penis and increase the chance of erectile dysfunction. Smoking can harm the blood vessels, and it has a link to heart and blood vessel disease, which can also affect erectile function. Reducing or quitting smoking may help improve erectile function and reduce the chance of experiencing problems. So yeah, it's an obvious one. I totally agree with that. Smoking is just horrible for you. Forget about the fact that it's gonna fuck up your heart and blood vessels. You're not gonna be able to breathe. So, you need to breathe in order for you to perform in bed. I really don't know how people that smoke heavily can like go super saiyan in bed and like can perform. So it's very difficult for you to kind of go hard in bed. And if you go hard in bed, your cardiovascular is just not gonna allow you to maintain hard erections. So really, one of the best things I've done in my life is quitting smoking. By the way, I was smoking for like 4 or 5 years when I was younger. It was one of the most difficult things for me to do, is to actually quit smoking. The addiction of smoking is like harder than anything else. I do realize that, but I also realized that quitting was one of the best things I've done in my life. So trust me, it's worth the efforts. If you're still smoking and you want to quit, do whatever you can do, because it's really gonna improve the quality of your life. Next, take supplements. That's the part where everybody was waiting for. So taking certain supplements may help improve erections. According to one 2020 review, the following may help improve sexual function: sage, passion flower, L-theanine, and bitter orange to reduce anxiety if that is affecting erectile function. Okay, none of those are gonna like directly improve your erection. It's not like some natural Viagra. Most of those are just gonna calm you down a little bit. L-theanine is found in a green tea, passion flower, no idea, bitter orange. Okay, I doubt any of those are gonna like give you a crazy boost. So L-citrulline, L-arginine, and Panax ginseng to boost nitric acid and potentially increase erectile size and lubrication. Again, never heard of those. Perhaps you guys can let me know if you tried any of those ingredients. Yohimbe and citrus aurantum to help sexual arousal. No idea, honestly. Never heard of those. If you guys have ever tried any of those, please let me know. Try medications, that's the obvious one. Some medications can help people get and keep an erection by increasing blood flow to the penis. These medications include Viagra, Levitra, Cialis, Spedro. Okay, I've heard of Viagra and Cialis, the rest I haven't heard of them. If you guys have tried the other medications, let me know how that works. I do know that Cialis and Viagra work really well. However, they have some really nasty side effects like headache and dry eyes, dry throat, stuffy nose, and whatnot. So I try to keep medications to the last resort. However, people should avoid taking any of the above if they are also taking nitrate medications or alpha blockers. Okay. Certain drugs, such as illegal substances, may have a negative effect on erectile function. Erectile dysfunction may also be a side effect of some of the medications, such as anti-androgens, antidepressants, blood pressure medications, sedatives or tranquilizers, appetite suppressants, Uliquor medications. I don't know how to pronounce this word, sorry. But yeah, I do agree with some of those. If you are taking ADHD drugs, if you are taking any tranquilizers, and I experienced with a bunch of those in the past, you're gonna have a problem getting harder. You're definitely gonna have weaker erections. When I was taking kratom, even though it's like a natural thing, I had really tough time getting hard, so I had to take something else to make me hard, and I really didn't have that much like sex drive when I took it as well. So really be careful with any medications that you are taking. Next, maintain moderate weight. So maintaining a moderate weight by getting regular exercise and eating a healthful diet can play a part in maintaining healthy erectile function. Having overweight can be a risk factor for diabetes and uncontrolled blood sugar. That is the obvious thing. If you're overweight, it's just gonna affect you negatively. So yeah. Next, check testosterone levels. That's a very interesting one, and I do believe that if you have low testosterone levels, you're gonna have some problems. Something that I realized when I was actually taking testosterone and my testosterone levels were high is that my erection was significantly harder. So if your testosterone levels are low, you might wanna check with a doctor and perhaps get a prescription for some testosterone supplements or whatnot. But yeah, definitely do check your testosterone levels, because I think it will affect your erection big time. So the last resort is to see a doctor, and that's an obvious one. If you're having this problem and you tried all the natural solutions, whatnot, you should probably check with a doctor. Perhaps you have an underlying health issue that you should address. So I'm not a doctor after all, so you shouldn't be listening to my advice. We're just going over an article here, and I'm learning along with you guys. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here and you like such videos, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Also, let me know in the comment section below which natural supplements have you used that significantly improved your erection. Perhaps I want to take them myself. And anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.